Somewhere on the shores of Lake Geneva, a 72-year-old tech billionaire wakes up at 6 a.m. Not to check his phone, not to answer emails. He wakes up because a team of 50 doctors has designed every minute of his day. From his DNA personalized breakfast to his stem cell injection at 9 a.m., his hyperbaric oxygen session at 11 a.m., and his molecular brain scan after lunch. The bill at the end of the week? $50,000. And he booked the same slot for next year before he even checked out. This is not science fiction. This is happening right now in the most exclusive medical facilities on the planet. Places where the ultra-wealthy don't just treat disease. They engineer their biology to slow down time itself. Today, you are getting full access. The clinics, the treatments, the exact prices, and most importantly, what the science actually says about all of it. Before we walk through the doors of these clinics, let's understand the scale of what we're talking about. The global longevity industry is expected to reach $650 billion by the end of this year, according to the Global Wellness Institute. For context, that is larger than the entire global pharmaceutical market was just a decade ago. Investment in the longevity sector reached $8.6 billion in 2024 alone, a 220% increase from the year before. Why the explosion? Because the people with the most money in the world have decided that the next status symbol is not a yacht or a private jet. It is living longer and better than everyone else. In the US alone, there are already over 800 longevity clinics in operation, but the ones we are talking about today exist in a completely different category. These are the facilities where a single week costs more than most people earn in a year. If longevity medicine has a Vatican, it sits on the edge of Lake Geneva in Montreux, Switzerland. Founded in 1931, Clinique La Prairie is the original temple of longevity. Long before biohacking was a word anyone used, and it remains the most iconic longevity destination in the world. The clinic has historically attracted figures like Marlene Dietrich, Winston Churchill, and Charles de Gaulle. Today, the clientele is mostly billionaires and royalty. Guests who arrive not for a vacation, but for what the clinic calls a complete cellular reset. The clinic employs a multidisciplinary team of over 200 professionals, including internationally recognized medical doctors, nutritionists, and biotechnologists. The flagship offering is their revitalization program, a week-long protocol combining advanced diagnostics, cellular therapies, personalized nutrition, and immunostimulation treatments developed over 9 decades of proprietary research. The revitalization program starts from roughly $37,500 for 7 days, while the premium version begins at approximately $63,000. That is over $60,000 for a single week. And those prices cover the medical program only. Accommodation, transfers, and additional a la carte treatments are charged separately from approximately $2,200 per day. What does that actually buy you? Think molecular brain genetic screening, AI-assisted MRI scans, stem cell-based cellular injections, cryotherapy, personalized supplement protocols, DNA microbiota testing, and a chef-designed nutrition plan engineered around your specific blood work. There are no standard packages here. Every single element is built around your unique biology. Clinique La Prairie is not alone at the top of this market. Europe has 2 other scientific powerhouses that consistently compete for the world's most discerning clientele. Shaw Wellness Clinic, located on Spain's Costa Blanca, takes what it calls a precision medicine approach. Rather than protocols designed around general longevity principles, Shaw builds everything around your individual biomarkers. Every treatment recommendation, from the food on your plate to the supplements in your intravenous drip, is derived from your specific test results. Shaw's advanced longevity program is priced from $8,800 for 7 nights, making it one of the more accessible options in this ultra-exclusive segment, though that word feels almost absurd in this context. Then there is Chenault Palace in Weges, Switzerland. The Chenault model bundles diagnostic tests, medical consultations, signature treatments, and its proprietary Chenault diet, with programs starting from $7,100 for 7 nights, with accommodation priced separately from $450 per night. The Chenault method is built on decades of research into fasting physiology and detoxification at the cellular level. The diet itself is so precise in its caloric and nutritional design that guests often describe the experience as the most disciplined week of their lives, inside what feels like a 5-star Swiss hotel. Cross the Atlantic, and the philosophy shifts. Where European clinics focus on the experience of transformation, American longevity facilities are built around data density. The idea is simple: the more you measure, the more you can optimize. Fountain Life, with locations across the U.S., has positioned itself as the country's most advanced preventive medicine platform. Their approach centers on what they call full-body intelligence, including whole-body MRI scans, advanced liquid biopsies, coronary calcium scoring, comprehensive genomic screening, and continuous biomarker tracking to map your health at a level that most people will never encounter in standard healthcare. Costs for Fountain Life programs begin at $20,000 per year, with customization and premium services driving expenditure higher. Their philosophy is explicit: catch cancer, cardiovascular disease, and neurological decline years, sometimes a decade, before symptoms appear. Many of their clients have had early-stage conditions identified that standard annual checkups would never have detected. That is the value proposition. Not immortality. Early detection at a resolution that standard medicine does not offer. At this point, the obvious question is, does any of this actually work? The honest answer is, it depends on what you are measuring. Some elements of these programs have robust scientific backing. Advanced diagnostics, particularly whole-body MRI scans, comprehensive blood work panels, and a complete read of your DNA to identify disease risks before they surface, are genuinely capable of detecting disease earlier than conventional medicine. That has measurable, evidence-based value. Other treatments occupy more contested scientific ground. Some common longevity offerings, like vitamin infusions and hyperbaric oxygen chambers, are categorized as needing further data by health authorities, including Abu Dhabi, which issued some of the first official regulatory guidelines for the longevity clinic sector in 2024. Stem cell therapies show genuine promise in research settings, but protocols vary enormously between facilities, and long-term human data remains limited. What these clinics do extraordinarily well, and this is not trivial, is integration. A standard GP appointment is 12 minutes. A cardiologist sees you once a year. A nutritionist might speak to you monthly. At a top longevity clinic, 50 specialists are synthesizing your data simultaneously and building a protocol where every recommendation reinforces every other. That level of coordinated, personalized attention is, in itself, clinically meaningful. By 2050, 3.5 million people worldwide are expected to reach the age of 100, compared to just 95,000 in 1990. The science of aging is moving faster than at any point in human history. These clinics are not the finish line. They are the frontier. There is a tension worth acknowledging here. There is an inherent conflict in positioning health, fundamentally a human right, as a luxury service. When a week of preventive medicine costs $50,000, the conversation about who gets access to the future of healthcare becomes impossible to ignore. At the same time, many of the tests, treatments, and lifestyle insights first developed in these elite clinics have gradually become available in more accessible medicine. What costs $50,000 today in a Swiss clinic may cost $500 in 10 years in a standard medical center. That is how medical innovation has always worked. The world's most expensive longevity clinics are not just selling health. They are showing the world what healthcare could look like for everyone one day. Take a moment and think about this. If you could add 10 high-quality years to your life, with full cognitive function, physical vitality, and independence, what would that be worth to you? Not theoretically, personally. That is the question these clinics are forcing the world to ask. And it is a question worth sitting with. Write your honest answer below in the comments. Would you invest in something like this if money were no obstacle? I read every single comment personally, and your perspective genuinely shapes what comes next on this channel. If this video changed the way you think about aging, health, or where medicine is heading, share it with someone who needs to see it. The conversation starts here.